Today, I'm giving every single NBA team a hometown legend. For the Philadelphia 76ers, it's Kobe Bryant. For the Milwaukee Bucks, it's Tyrese Halliburton. Certain teams aren't going to have as good of hometown players. I guess that's tough luck. Should have had better geography or something. But when you look at other teams, they're going to get some huge advantages by adding some legendary players. I tried to give each team the best player possible, though. For the Bulls, it's Derrick Rose. For the Cavs, it's LeBron James. I mean, yeah, you can see how some of these teams are going to be absolutely stacked. The Cavs always dominate in 2K as it is, but now with LeBron James on the roster, it's about to be crazy. And also, I allow duplicates in the league, so the other LeBron's still here as well. The Celtics are going to be adding Bill Laimbeer. We'll move Robert Williams over to the power forward. I tried to optimize the lineups as much as possible to help out the teams. For the Clippers, it's James Harden. I mean, Harden alongside Kawhi and Paul George, that's a nice big three. Penny Hardaway playing alongside Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. That's going to be a tough trio for sure. A tough trio. People should start saying that more. That's a kind of cool saying. Hey, I invented it. I'm not trying to take credit, bro. Shut up. All right, so let's go ahead and let's check out the Miami Heat, who had David Robinson. And with him and Bam Adebayo in the front court, plus you got Jimmy Butler, the spacing's going to be atrocious, but they're still going to get buckets. For the Charlotte Hornets, you got Steph Curry. And I realized I forgot about Michael Jordan. He wasn't born in Charlotte, but he grew up there, and I decided since the Hornets suck, we'll just give them both Steph and Michael Jordan. They probably won't be good anyways. They'll find a way to fumble it. The Jazz are going to be adding Tom Chambers, so I feel like with how good some of these other teams are, we probably won't see them in the playoffs. For the Kings, one of the best players born in Sacramento is DJ Wilson, so unfortunately, the Kings aren't going to be adding a player who's going to be a super high overall, but we're going to move on to the New York Knicks, who will be adding Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Could you imagine the skyhook in the year 2023? Oh my goodness. And then the Lakers, we're going to bring Russell Westbrook back to LA, but this time he's going to be in his prime. That was tough, I know. And then we're going to have D'Angelo Russell running the two guard. That team's going to be really nice. The Magic are going to get Tracy McGrady. He's back on the team, a hometown player rejoining the roster. Then you've got Grant Hill, who's joining the Dallas Mavericks. You've got a nice 90-plus overall big three. Could be really solid. The Nets are going to be adding Bernard King. Bernard King was a really good scorer back in the day. Can't say I watched him live or anything, but I think I watched a YouTube video about him one time or something. The Nuggets are going to be adding Chauncey Billups, who I think will be really solid on the roster. They get a good addition. They're already a good team in real life. The Pacers, they're going to be adding the hick from French Lick, Larry Bird. Oh my goodness, man. Larry Bird on this Pacers team, is he going to be able to elevate them to a really high level? I'm not sure, but I think Bill Russell will be able to take the Pelicans to that next level. They should be contenders. The Pistons, I'm sorry, Magic, you're going to have a tough time. The Toronto Raptors with Steve Nash, he'll be solid on that team. Then you've got Jimmy Butler on the Houston Rockets. He would definitely get frustrated at this team. Y'all remember when he dropped off the Timberwolves team with the second unit? Yeah, he'd probably do the same thing to the Rockets. You've got Jordan Clarkson joining the San Antonio Spurs. Sean Elliott joining the Suns. Luckily, they didn't get a 90-plus overall because they're already stacked enough. The Thunder are going to be adding Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin, before his knees gave out, he was ridiculous. Kevin McHale on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Then you've also got AC Green joining the Portland Trail Blazers. We'll see if he can give Dame the help he needs. Speaking of Dame, Dame is also going to be on the Golden State Warriors. So the duo of him, Curry, and then you've also got like other guards in Clay and Jordan Poole. I decided to run something crazy. We're going to have a crazy small ball lineup here. We're going to have Dame at the 2, or no, we'll have Curry at the 2. We'll have Clay at the 4, Jordan Poole at the 3. I don't know, man. It just seems like something Steve Kerr might try. So yeah, I'm trying it in this video. They would not be guarding anything. They couldn't guard a parked car. The Wizards are going to be adding Kevin Durant. KD on the Wizards. Wasn't there rumors about that one time in real life? Maybe. I don't know. It was quite some time ago. But regardless, let's go ahead and let's head into the All-Star teams. And while you look at these All-Star teams, you might as well subscribe to the channel because we're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers. Thank y'all so much for all the support on the channel. Anyways, if you're not subscribed and you like the videos, might as well subscribe or don't, you don't have to. Let's go ahead and let's get into the postseason, though. We've got LeBron James winning the MVP on the Cavs. That Cavs team is going to be a force to be reckoned with. The the Cavs really need a small forward, so adding LeBron would be huge for them. Of course, I mean, he's LeBron James, but yeah, Bill Russell wins DPOY, Tom Chambers wins Most Improved, and it's Quinn Snyder with the Atlanta Hawks. Yo, lately, the Hawks have been going ballistic in the simulations. I don't understand, but they're going absolutely crazy. I don't know what it is, man. They're just ridiculous lately. If y'all been seeing some of the videos that I've been posting, like, they have just been amazing. I know I said, like, the same thing 5 times in a different way, but, like, I'm really trying to emphasize it. Anyways, yeah, the Hawks do have Dwight Howard, which should help them, but, like, you've got the Lakers who have prime Westbrook. You've got the Pelicans with Bill Russell. You've got the Mavs. They have, who did they add? They added Grant Hill. You've got the Celtics who are already the Celtics, you know, and then they add Bill Laimbeer, who's almost a 90 overall, and you've got Atlanta right behind them at the number 2 seed. I mean, it seems like once Quinn Snyder became the coach of this team and 2K updated that, this team just went on a different trajectory. I don't know what it is. They're on a whole different wavelength, man. I don't know, bro. And then you've got the Philadelphia 76ers here at the 4 seed. That guard duo of Harden and Kobe. Then you've got Tyrese off the bench. Hey, Magic really elevated his team. The Pistons end up making it as the 6th seed. And then out west, you've got the Pelicans. Bill Russell, the ultimate winner in NBA history with 11 championships, leads the Pelicans to the number 1 seed. The Mavs are at the 2nd seed, and the Lakers, I mean, of course, I feel like this team is really good. It's not surprising to me that they ended up with the 3 seed. At number 4, the Grizzlies, with Penny Hardaway running the small forward. At 6'7", I thought he could run that for them, and you'd probably still want to start Desmond Bane, so that kind of made some sense, I guess. The Timberwolves get another big man in Kevin McHale, but they're ultimately able to get the 5th seed, so I guess it worked out for them. The Oklahoma City Thunder with Blake Griffin make the 6th seed, which is kind of crazy, but this roster looks pretty good with the role players they have. I feel like the Thunder might be ready to take a jump next year. Maybe they'll be able to make it into the playoffs through the play-in this year. I guess we'll have to see what goes down. It's a really interesting Western Conference in real life. Anyways, the first round wasn't really too eventful. We didn't see a single Game 7, which is kind of unfortunate, but we'll go ahead and get into the second round. We can see what these matchups are looking like. You've got LeBron versus Luka, LeBron versus Kyrie. It's going to be an interesting one there between the Lakers and Mavs. The Pelicans and the Grizzlies are facing off in the second round. Penny Hardaway and Bill Russell face off, and also you've got young stars like Ja Morant and Zion. And then you've got the Celtics versus the Philadelphia 76ers. The Celtics are an absolute super team, but the Sixers, with that big 3 of Harden, Kobe, and Embiid, a pretty interesting matchup there too. Then you've got the Hawks and Cavs. Don't know how the Hawks made it here. And you've got LeBron James on the Cavs, so I think the Cavs should win. But it's the Hawks, man. 2K loves the Hawks now. They're like the new cheese 2K team. I really have no idea why. It baffles me every time I see it. But the Lakers are going to make it out into the conference finals. It was an easy 4-game sweep for them. And then the Pelicans are also going to make it. Of course, the Hawks somehow beat LeBron, Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, and the Cavs and end up making it to the conference finals. And we ended up getting a Game 7 between the Sixers and the Celtics, where the Boston Celtics won. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I'm praying on the Celtics and the Cavs downfall because, man, these teams are way too good. Every single simulation, I wanted to see Kobe Bryant in the conference finals, but instead I have to see Jason Tatum once again. Like, bro, I know they're a good team, 2K, but we need to see some more variety in the simulation, man, because this is crazy. Y'all are acting like it's some of those super team Warriors rosters that were making the finals year after year with KD, Steph, Klay Thompson, Draymond, Iggy. You know what I'm talking about. But I guess we'll see if the Hawks can take them down because the Hawks are ridiculous in this game. Maybe they'll be able to pull something off. They do have Dwight Howard now, and 2K loves them even if they don't have Dwight Howard. So I guess we'll have to see. It looks like the Pelicans are going to take down the Lakers pretty easily as they're up 3-1. And, of course, the Celtics are going to be in the finals. But maybe I was wrong about the Pelicans taking down the Lakers because, yeah, the Lakers won. They pulled off the 3-1 comeback. That's nothing new for LeBron James. And we've got a LeBron versus JT finals at classic Lakers-Celtics matchup here. And this would be the battle for banner number 18. I think it's 18. Yeah. Call me a casual, but I'm pretty sure it's banner number 18 that they'd be battling out for. I think they're tied at 17. But Russell Westbrook's been going ballistic in the playoffs. And then you've also got Anthony Davis, who I feel like 2K kind of underrates in this game. He puts up kind of like pedestrian numbers considering he's Anthony Davis. Calling a double-double or a near double-double pedestrian numbers with almost 20 points is crazy crazy. But he's Anthony Davis, man. He can do his thing. Regardless, the Celtics are going to go ahead and get a 4-0 sweep on the Lakers. Of course, it's the Celtics. Wow. All right, let's go ahead and let's get into another season of the simulation. We've got a bunch of guys entering free agency, so we'll see how the league shakes up going into the next year. Most of the guys ended up returning to their teams, although Derrick Rose left his hometown Bulls to go to the San Antonio Spurs, and Kyrie Irving joined the Utah Jazz. But aside from that, there wasn't too much movement. Michael Jordan ultimately didn't end up getting signed till late in free agency. I think like after the free agency simulation period was over, and joined the Portland Trailblazers. So that's going to be interesting, Dame and MJ. And then you've got LeBron James winning the most valuable player. So he goes back-to-back. Shout out Drake. Anthony Simons backing up MJ, and Damian Lillard wins Sixth Man of the Year. That's a crazy guard trio. And then Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the DPOY. You also had Bones Highland as most improved. Bones Highland hasn't really been getting too much PT since he joined the Clippers, and I think that was the issue on the Nuggets. Like, he wasn't getting enough PT, but now it's getting worse. So yeah, that's tough, man. But MJ and Kobe are alongside each other on the defensive player of the year, the all-defensive team. Come on, Danny. No, who let him cook, bro? Who gave this man a microphone? All right, let's go ahead and let's get into the playoffs, where we've got the Houston Rockets as the number 1 seed out west, which is kind of surprising. We'll have to see what went down there through free agency or whatever, who they ended up adding. But the Cavs, this is the team that I expected to be really good, and they're the number 1 seed here. The Celtics, of course, they add Mitchell Robinson somehow. They get John Wall. Like, bro, this is not fair, man. Like, and then the Sixers, yeah, the Philadelphia 76ers, they're pretty good. The Pistons, they're the Pistons. They somehow made it as the 4th seed. They got some solid depth, though. And then you've got the Hawks here, of course. The Hawks are going to be in the playoffs. Like, y'all heard the rant earlier about the Hawks. Then the Milwaukee Bucks are here as the voice cracked, man. Come on, bro. Somebody get this man a glass of water. I should have drank a glass of water before this video because the voice cracks are wild. But you've got Jimmy Butler, Jalen Green, Alperen Sengun, Dwight Howard, D'Angelo Russell, Kevin Porter Jr., Jabari Smith Jr. Oh my goodness. That team's ridiculous. That Rockets team, they might go crazy. But the Pelicans, they've got a good roster as well. You've got the Thunder, who went out and re-signed Blake Griffin. They've got Chet Holmgren there. And then you've got the Lakers. Man, we've got some stacked squads out here as we head into another playoff run in the simulation. This will be the last playoff run of the video, but I did want to at least simulate a second season because it took me a little while to make the roster, so I didn't want to just do one season. And AC Green took a pretty big jump in overall going into this season. I think he was like an 82 to start with, but now he's an 86, and he's alongside Michael Jordan, Damian Lillard. They got Anthony Simons off the bench. They've also got Shadon Sharp. So anyways, we'll go ahead and get right past the first round and head into the second round matchups. We'll probably go by these pretty quickly as well, but once we get to the conference finals, we'll start to slow things down and see how those go. If we get any game 7s here, though, we might try to tune in. All right, the Lakers and Rockets do end up going to a game 7. So does Boston and the Sixers, but we're going to look at this Lakers-Rockets one, which maybe wasn't a good idea because the Rockets cooked. D'Lo, 26 points in 21 minutes. D'Lo played really well for the Lakers last night, and it was his return game, really good game. This time, he's on the Rockets going against the Lakers, and he went crazy. This Lakers big three of LeBron, Russ, and AD, with Russ in his prime, I thought would be really good, and they made it to 7 with the Rockets, but ultimately, the Rockets took the dub. And now we've got Dwight Howard versus Bill Russell out west, and out east, we've got LeBron James versus Jason Tatum. Remember when JT posted LeBron James? I mean, it didn't matter for real because Bron took the series dub, but man, that was crazy. JT was hyped off that. I mean, I would be too if I posted LeBron James, of course. I'd be hyped if I got a nice little dunk like wide open. I'd love to get a dunk. But regardless, LeBron James goes ahead and wins the Eastern Conference MVP. Bill Russell wins the Western Conference MVP, and man, the Rockets really struggled in this one. Nobody over 20 points. I mean, it was like a balanced effort, I guess, but you didn't have anybody scoring too much. And Bill Russell does his thing. He's not going to be a big scorer. He wasn't in his career, but he did the little things defensively, and he got a ton of championships by doing those things and being a leader for his team. But now we'll have to see if his Pelicans can take down LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Game number 1 goes to Cleveland, but in game number 2, it's not looking good for New Orleans. Ultimately, they take game 3, and being down 3-1 with their backs against the wall, they have to win some games. And Bill Russell's Pelicans aren't going to go out easily. They go ahead and and win the next two, and ultimately they take the series, pulling off a 3-1 comeback. Bill Russell didn't score a ton of points in Game 7, but he does end up with the Finals MVP award and put together a really good playoff run, especially look at those defensive numbers for the Pelicans. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I really enjoyed making it for y'all. Have a great day. Be sure to like and subscribe.